So yeah, Yaktik is definitely where my heart lies in the comics.
Yeah, if you want to get into voiceover, you got to do it because you love it. You can't do it because you want to be rich and famous, especially because you're legit doing a job that people don't know your face.
You know, in my comic, there's a number of sentient computers and video game consoles that have happened over the years.
I should have a film. I thought it was going to be the end of this year. I think it's going to be next year. There should be a film called Badness coming.
I think we're up to 6 Star Wars children's books now that I've illustrated.
I'm here!
I'm here.
The dork behind the drawing. No, no.
Yay!
Don't look him directly in the face.
I draw cartoons for a living, and you can't tell me that the stuff that, you know, that we're producing nowadays is just for kids.
Heaven and Hell is now the longest running webcomic. I started in September 1995, and it's never missed a day since.
When I announced that I was voicing for Inuyasha's daughter, everyone was like, what? Like,
that was all well and good until, you know, I was giving Phil a ride one day and he said, so how's your boyfriend? And I said, well, we're breaking up. And Phil said, oh, really?
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's Creators Corner, and we have Rich. I'm so excited. We have I'm Vixie. This is Liza. And this is Jelly Bean.
And this is Rich. That was so cool. We did that at the same time.
All right. Well, let's see. Is this your 4th time on?
Yeah.
Or 3rd?
Are you going to count the last one?
Yeah. You were here. We got a couple jabs in.
Hi, Myrtle. Even through the technical difficulties, we made it work.
The way we worked it out the best we can.
We did get a freeze and a quick jump just before the show. So fingers crossed it doesn't happen again. But just in case I disappear unexpectedly, it's not because I'm, running off to do other things.
Okay, no ghosting us. That's cool.
Technology is not my friend.
Aww.
Nice. So, Jellybean, how are you today? Pretty good. You know, when you're off camera, you talk more.
I'm happy to be here. I know.
Kyrie is usually the one talking.
I've got her hushed because I want to be all ears for this. I know.
Too cute. Too cute. So, Rich, any new activities that you can share with us?
Well, I've been drawing cartoons.
Yeah.
I finished working on season 2 of the Care Bears.
Okay.
A few months ago, and then in December I started on another show. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about. I don't think I'm supposed to, but
okay.
It is a second.
It is another show.
It's another show. It's the second season of a little bitty show.
You
Care Bears.
Care Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now the 17, she's 17 now. 17-year-old's going to be ecstatic because that is one of her favorite things. She collects Care Bears, all over the place.
He has something.
I love you
Mom,
even
Chris.
more now.
It's Bubby!
I love it!
Here for the show. I've also got all the like the four Pez dispensers, the four main characters from the new show that I worked on.
Which one?
That's cool.
Oh,
We just got her the Wish Bear one and the Carolot one that came out through Hot Topic. The pop figures.
Oh, the pops. Yeah, these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The
She got
Pez
2 for
dispensers
Christmas.
are Wish, Grumpy, Wish, Cheer, and Funshine.
Funshine. I know who that is.
Yeah, he's the yellow one.
Uh-huh.
She's got plushes of Care Bears out the wazoo.
Did you get her the makeup palettes?
Sure.
Yes, I bought her the makeup
mommy.
line, the sponges. I told her I only get to get like one of them because it was color change, and I had to have that one.
Oh,
It
But
color
she got the rest of
changed.
it.
How exciting!
Who's the one? Which is the one with that where it's the rainbow colored one that is Togetherness Bear. That's a new character.
She has that one too.
She's in the show, the season of the show I was working on. It's actually an origin story. It's pretty cute.
Oh, cool.
I've got one too
So,
somewhere.
I
in the
have
box.
a question for you because I've
About
always
Care
wanted
Bears?
to know.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to know
Mhm.
what does an illustrator do as a hobby?
You'll have to ask an illustrator.
Aren't you an illustrator?
So yeah, what do I
Don't
do?
you qualify as an illustrator?
I have done illustrations, but what I do is storyboarding.
Okay,
Storyboard.
so what is the storyboarder
Storyboarder
do as a hobby?
Well, I've got lots of hobbies. Not
Okay.
least of all is drawing webcomics. So yeah, I draw all day, and then I not so much right now, not right now, but for years I would draw all day in the studio, then I'd come home and I'd draw all evening. But it was different stuff. The content of the drawing is very important because it's very different. But I'm a D&D player. I run my wife and my daughter and another family. We get together about once a month, and I run Alcadine. You can see the map behind me.
Yeah.
Zakara. It's Dungeons and Dragons, but set in like Arabian Nights.
Oh, cool.
It's really cool, yeah. So we have a lot of fun with that. I do that once a month, and so there's that. I am also involved in a Star Wars role-playing game online. So every Thursday, we get together online and I play. And my character is I'm actually playing that one. My character is an astromech droid. So.
Oh, cool.
So I'm R5T3 is my name. I have a voice too. I went and got myself this for when I have to talk to people. Sorry.
It's a slide whistle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
That's my voice for Thursday nights.
I love those things.
I've done like modeling, so I got like scale models in the background there. And
Yeah.
painting miniatures up here. And
Painted
building sets
miniatures.
and stuff. Yeah, I got all kinds of hobbies, silly things, and video gaming, and
Nice.
my son. And I used to dine
I
together.
was kind of tricked into becoming a gamer.
Oh yeah. Tricked. How did that happen?
Yep.
No regrets.
See, my friend Mel, who was really apologetic she had to work tonight, she got a Switch Lite, and it had Mario Kart on it. Well, my youngest got a Switch Lite, and I had Mario Kart on it. And we played one day, and she goes, "This has to be something." And we started making all these shows about gaming. It's crazy.
Poor Missy.
And here we are.
And
And
then
cheaters.
back then the show was called Gaming with a Newbie, because that would be me. And last year they told me I had to change it.
Now you're old hat.
I'm not a newbie anymore. I feel like one.
We all did.
Oh wait, have we been following the whole Hasbro Whatsy debacle?
Which one is it?
From which debacle?
Yeah.
Which
That's
one?
what hubby
There's more than
said.
one?
Hubby.
Yeah, hubby said that.
The Open Gaming license, OGL. Did everybody, and then the whole backlash and stuff that happens and everything. Have you been following that stuff?
You know what? I have a
That kind
problem
of-
that whole discussion, to be honest with you.
Mm.
Now, okay, so on Facebook, I thought it would be fun to join this group. It's a group called, it's called D&D for old. I can't remember. Like, hang on, it's bugging me.
For older people.
Yeah, for us, the old guys.
Yeah.
Old dudes or whatever it was.
Oh,
yeah, Dungeons and Dragons for old dudes, it's called, and it's mostly guys. Guys, there was a woman on there once, and she accidentally spoke.
Oh, jeez.
Not there anymore.
How wooed.
Yeah, it's mostly guys complaining about everything. How, it hasn't been good since the first edition, and the blah blah blah. And I won't play any of this stuff. And I think,
Oh, so it's a clan of Richards.
everyone's entitled to learn the game. All the games. In fact, I find the new ones are more streamlined and make more sense. They're easier to learn than the old.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What my objection is that they keep doing new ones again, right? So you'll have like 4th edition, and then suddenly 5th edition, and now they're coming up with a 6th edition, and I miss the days when there was Dungeons and Dragons, and you look forward to new content. So okay, I can buy into this new world they're creating and learn new monsters and new abilities and stuff, or I can keep playing the old game. Now it's like you have to buy the whole set from the beginning again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Then the game is stopped, so they produce like 3rd edition, right? It goes to a certain point. They had to invent Pathfinder so they could keep playing it because they stopped producing stuff for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They
That's
tell
my
you
problem.
something. I am 43 and I just started playing D&D.
So
How do you like it?
Started.
So you've learned
love
a new.
it. It's so much fun.
I knew you would.
What edition have you started with? 5th?
I don't know.
The newest
Am I
one.
supposed to ask the DM that?
No, it doesn't matter.
Not necessarily.
I'm
Just a
curious.
curiosity.
If you picked up 5th edition, which is the
Yeah.
one that's currently being published, it makes sense. You can learn it fairly quickly,
Okay.
and so you can
It
get
does
into it.
make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Now,
perfect sense.
I grew up on 1st and then 2nd edition, which were constantly being slightly modified and added to over a course of like 20 years. So
It was a very long beta test.
kind of broken. So there's like thousands of books, and you can choose these rules or use these rules and house rule that, and it's really like a whole bunch of puzzle pieces from 70 different puzzles thrown on the floor, and they make one big game out of everything, right? You don't have to use all. You can use bits and pieces, and so I grew up with that. I know how it works, but it would be really confusing for a new person. So I wouldn't recommend learning 2nd edition. It's stupid. But it's what I grew up with. It's what I'm comfortable with, and that's what I read.
Right. Okay. Do you DM?
Yeah. I'll both, but right now I'm in DM.
Can you imagine?
Vixie. Rich just said.
I DM all the time. Leave me alone. I don't wanna.
You looking for a DM? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Because I don't want to do it.
Hear me out. D&D, but Arthur edition, where everybody's got to take and Rich gets to be Mr. Ratburn.
Oh, Mr. Ratbag. Don't mix business with pleasure.
But why? It's so much fun. You get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone that way.
Okay, so if we want to talk about alternate worlds, so I got a lot of RPs in the back here. We have what we call our arcane library. You can't see it from here. It's back through that door.
Okay.
It's got the top shelf is all Dungeons and Dragons, so it's got like basic set, 1st edition, 2nd edition.
I wish I could show you ours.
5th edition and stuff. It's all on the top shelf, and then pile up on top all the modules and things. The 2nd shelf is other fantasy related games. So like Middle Earth role playing. So like Dungeons and Dragons game, like a role playing game, but set in Middle Earth. Right. And we've got loads of them there. And then the next shelf down is science fiction. So I've got like Star Trek, Doctor Who. I've got a superhero one in there somewhere, and a whole bunch of these other ones. But one of the best ones in there is Toon. It's Toon.
I saw that. I've never I've seen it in the store.
So it's a role playing game, but you play cartoon characters. And the situations are ridiculous because you can't die. You fall down for a few minutes, and you miss a turn, and then you get up and shake it off, and then you keep going. Right now, my players are like cartoonists, animators, actors, and stuff like that. So we have the best time. We don't play it often. In fact, I haven't played it in years. But what I used to do was the university that my wife goes to. My wife's a gamer too, so we play together. So they used to have a convention every year, and they told me that I was only allowed to go if I promised to run Toon for a session while we were there. So I'd have these stock characters, like one of them was like a Xena, a warrior princess character, and then there was one character was like a demented clown. One character was a wall socket. One character was an anthropomorphic squirrel, and I had these stock characters, and then I would hand them out at the beginning of the game, and then they would have to do a thing. So one of them, it was like they had to travel to this island and try to find. The story didn't matter because as soon as they played about 2 or 3 rounds, they were just trying to kill each other. And then they're doing things like they're pulling, like someone they called it a boomerangatang out of their pocket and flung it at someone. So I had to imagine this orangutan. And they flew it, and it spun around, and then it kept coming back. So after about 2 or 3 turns, while they're trying to do things, this thing would come in and take a bunch of them out. Of course,
sounds like one of those barrel a monkey things. They just threw it.
And I'd be there with a big stack of blank paper, while we're playing, and I'm drawing quickly. Here's what you see. This happens to you.
To be a fly on the wall for one of those sessions.
That game was I'd be willing to run you a game of Toon sometime.
Cool. Talk to her because there's a lot of us who want to play.
Is that a promise?
Well,
was that a promise?
We can
draw my own character.
Now we have it on video.
Can if you want. And like screen share, right? So I can draw while.
Oh my
God! I would never play another
His jaw just dropped in the dirt.
I had a guy in a Toon game. He was in an airplane, and he just hang on. There was an airplane flying an airplane at one point. So there was like we went to the cockpit of the airplane, and in the seat was another airplane flying it. It was like Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the plane.
I was just gonna say that.
Awesome.
And I remember I had a character once who was a bureaucrat, and he had a filing cabinet of things. And you could pull anything out of the filing cabinet. But in Toon, you have to roll for absolutely everything, and failure is funny, so it's hard to succeed. So we were trying to cross this muddy swamp, and so I said, no problem. So I opened up my filing cabinet under B, looked for boat, and I pulled out a battleship. And it was so big that we all sank into the mud. That's the kind of crazy antics that happens in Toon.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Do the guns have little flags that pop out and just say bang?
If you fail your roll, if you're a hunter or something and you've got a shotgun, you're gonna shoot someone. If you fail, that sort of thing happens. It blows up.
Yeah. Elmer Fudd.
Egg, or it grows legs and runs away on you. There's all kinds of.
Oh my God! This should be a TV show. I would watch the hell out of it.
We're trying to make it a Planet Flipside show, Jellybean.
I know.
There's charts to roll on, but if you've got a good imagination, and I've been in the industry for a while, then you can just make shit up.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
Roll. What kind of dice do you need for that? Just D&D dice?
I don't remember. I think it was
standard set.
It's from the 80s, I think. So it's from a time when the D&D multi.
It's also from
side dice weren't.
It's also from Steve Jackson games.
Yeah. Steve Jackson
games.
So
then it's 6-sided dice.
They were 6 D6s, yeah. So the charts were all like 2 to 12 or whatever, yeah.
So all you have to do is go to the dollar store and buy a couple packs of dice, if you're doing it the cheap way. Yeah. Jellybean has a master artist doing hers. I know.
Look at Jellybean.
Jellybean and goat.
He makes the dice. I just design the characters.
Oh.
Sounds like fun.
Fun. We're having fun tonight.
Come on, everybody, Wing Chun tonight. I'm sorry, that's what I heard in my head. I had to share.
Everybody Wing Chun tonight. Do you like to go to museums and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever go to the library?
Yeah, we go to the library quite often.
I'm just asking because you know
It's the librarian.
It's the librarian in her.
Librarian thing. Yes, I have a library card. I think it's in my back pocket.
That's good.
Which is the first one to win.
Everyone who's seen or had the misfortune to sit through a whole lot of Arthur episodes knows it's not hard to have fun when you've got a library card.
That's true.
So they say.
Or so they say.
Yeah.
Hey,
my
to bring
library
you the spring reading list.
is fun.
Are you having cake? It's my favorite line.
Who's having cake?
Oh, Mr. Ratburn wants to know.
Oh.
Cake. He wanted to bring by the spring reading list.
Mr. Ratburn? Oh, do I have
Goat says, Rich.
Send me?
Yeah. Like, do you have a P.O. box?
Oh, no, I don't. No, I only have my mailing address, which is probably kind of... But I can PM someone.
You can, if you send it to me or hubby, we'll give it to him.
Yeah,
you may have...
There must be a way to... Oh, no, I do that electronically. I was thinking of the store on on the After site.
I think he's got sneaky reasons for asking.
I think he's got a dice.
My kids keep getting all the nice dice.
Oh, this will be yours.
I've got some nice ones, but it's so funny because like for my daughter's for Christmas this year, her uncle sent her a set of dice, and gorgeous. I was jealous. I shouldn't be because I've got some really nice ones, but you know.
So what's your favorite color?
My favorite, because I'm running Al-Qadim, I've got my desert dice, and they're like sort of goldy brown color.
Sand.
And then I've got they're like a two set, so there's like white with brown numbers, and then brown with black numbers. And I do have a set of gold dice, which are pretty spectacular.
Cool.
We have foam. Well, I don't know if we have any anymore, but we have foam dice because our girl child thought it was really great to pick up dice and pitch them.
Ooh.
So one of our gamers brought her this bag of little sponge or six-sided dice. There was like 8 of them. And I told her she could throw those all she'd like.
She said, "It's just business.
It's just business."
I had a friend who machined his own six-sider when we were gaming back in high school, back in the 1984 or 5, that sort of era.
Yeah.
He machined himself in a shop class six-sided die.
Oh, cool. Wow.
But he didn't sand or rub down the edges. It was a solid metal die like this, and it was razor sharp.
I was just gonna say that's a weapon.
He'd like toss it up in the air, and it would land on its point on the table and stick in the table on the point. That was scary. And it was heavy. It was heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, Goat wants to make dice for me. That's so nice. You make them a lot, Goat? Is that a hobby thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did he start? About a year?
Yes.
He's got a 3D
About
printer.
a year, maybe a little more. He's got a 3D printer too.
Ooh. Do you have a site that we can check them out and see what you've made?
I don't
Is
know
it up
if
yet?
he has a site finished. I know he had started one, but I don't know if he finished it or not. He's a truck driver as well, so he only gets to really work on his stuff on the weekends or his days off when he's home. Okay, now I have a question. What's your favorite snack?
Sneaky snack?
Sneaky snack for your raccoon.
Okay, so my favorite snack is salsa and chips. I gotta say, and I get now. Okay, in 2016, I was not only diagnosed with diabetes, but I had heart surgery for I had blocked arteries.
Stents?
Yeah, I have
Did you get
4.
stents?
4.
Yeah,
Mostly
so
all
did my
in the
dad.
same, all in the same piece. So a lot of things I used to like, I can't eat as much as I like. So I used to just get, like the Tostitos scoops, with the regular salsa, and just I could eat a bag of that in a sitting.
Yeah.
So like, no holds barred, health conditions aside, if you could eat anything on the planet with no consequences, what would it be?
Except being full.
Okay, so in Montreal, back in the 90s, when I was working on Arthur at Cinar in Montreal, we used to judge all of the restaurants that opened up near us by how good their sugar pie was.
What is a sugar pie?
It's a Montreal thing.
I bet.
It's like a butter tart.
Oh, that wouldn't be that bad.
Like a butter tart, but like a pie, and you get like a big slice. And it's just sugar with sugar on top of sugar with a sugary.
It's sugar. Period.
It's a pie in a pie shell, right? It's a sugar.
And sugar sprinkles.
Yeah, and it's sort of got like
on a sugar plate.
Yeah.
Does it have molasses in it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's got to. Something has to stick it together.
Sounds like shoe fly pie.
It does sound like shoe
I thought
pie
it was
pie.
the water pie because I know that during the Great Depression they invented this water pie where you take a pie crust and literally put water in it, and then take a mixture of flour and regular white sugar and a splash of vanilla, and you just sprinkle it over it and let it bake. I have not personally tried it, but I've seen quite a few people. Oh, and you do put like pats of butter over top before you bake it.
I have had no apple pie before.
Was it just a
It's Ritz crackers.
That don't float
instead of and it tastes like apple pie.
That's weird.
It's the weirdest. Oh, it's so weird. My grandma made it a couple times.
Without apple.
I don't know. The cinnamon and stuff just makes, and you don't crush the Ritz crackers. You keep them whole. So while they bake, they take on like the texture of the apples.
But it.
I know it's hard.
Research.
I was gonna say go look up. Non-apple apple pie. No apple pie.
Yeah.
My mom has a recipe for eggless chocolate cake because eggs were really expensive in the Depression. So this
and they are again now.
And on the card when I was writing out the recipe, it said, "But my mom says add 3 eggs. It's a lot better."
It kind of destroyed it.
It is one of my favorite chocolate cake recipes.
Mayonnaise cake.
Oh yeah.
That was a big deal when I worked at the hospital. People wanted me to make that all the time.
This elderly lady.
I love seafood, and I grew up in Montreal, which was not near the coast. So the seafood that I got there was I used to find like clam chowder kind of gross, but everything else, I liked fish and stuff. Love lobster. Well, I moved
sushi?
Yes, adore it. So we moved.
What I had
we have, of course, moved to the coast. So I'm in Nova Scotia now. Lobster is wonderful, and the clam chowder really tastes good now. Now I understand why it's good. And then, of course, I can't eat it so much.
Yeah.
Because of my
red or white.
Really high red or white lobsters.
No, red or white clam chowder.
White.
There's a Manhattan version and a New England version.
Yeah.
This would be a northerny, so I guess the white one.
Well, both of them are northern to me.
Everything of yours.
I'm a New England clam chowder person. I cannot bring myself to eat the red one. I'll try it someday.
Is it tomato based? Because that sounds really good.
Yeah, it is. I think you can make it spicy if you want it to be spicy, but I don't think the actual recipe is.
No, it's just that they add tomatoes to it.
It's just a tomato base versus a dairy/cream base.
They both sound really good to me. I'd try any of it. But,
Hubby loves clam chowder. I only let him eat it once in a while.
I love clam chowder.
I can't stand the smell.
It's very gluey when you're too inland, I think.
It's supposed to be chowder.
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 Not in Nova Scotia, it ain't.
So much fun. So much fun. I'm trying to. Oh, what did I just do?
You guys ever eat this stuff?
What is it?
Toxic waste.
Hazardous sour candy.
Oh
no,
yeah.
but I bet my
yeah,
youngest
I have had that.
Is it good?
Check it out. Check it out.
Good. I mean, I'm not supposed to have it.
But every now and then.
But every now and then, I have, you know.
Toxic waste.
I have a few every
Does
now
you see
and
that food
then.
there?
Yeah.
I do that.
Oh, you did?
And I do that.
Oh, I love it.
And all the characters. Yeah, I designed all their characters for them. I've got a little.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is it okay if I share some of my
you.
work too?
Yeah,
sure.
Is that okay?
I got a style
Yeah.
guide for artists. It's all the characters.
Ask permission.
Oh, I love it.
Cute.
Let me turn
I don't have
off
any of
the
my stuff
reference.
close.
Jelly bean is really good too. I have her stickers on my water bottle, which I won't show you because they got a little wet on accident.
It will detect on the screen.
Ooh.
That's what I'm currently working on.
Jessica, as you've never seen
Is
her
it
before.
Jessica? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Inspired by Jessica.
Yeah.
Evil
She's got the
Jessica.
curves.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Oh, and I did this one just for funsies. It's not finished yet, but it's a meme that I'm in progress on.
Oh, he's so cute.
I love it.
What does it say?
Armu, and I'm so sorry.
Aww.
I was up late and I was on TikTok
That is-
as you do, and there was a dude that came across a cow. It was a black cow, and he was standing in the field in the rain with his head up against a tree, and he said, "This cow just looks so emo." And then he started singing the song, going, "Where are Moo?" And I'm so sorry. I said, "That's a new sticker right there."
Oh, that's
Late night
cute.
TikTok surfing paid off.
Show the pancake duck.
Oh, the pancake duck.
There's a pancake duck, and I haven't seen it yet.
It's not finished. That's why you hadn't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Pancakes and coffee are life, man. That's adorable.
Oh, jelly bean. You just.
That is absolutely adorable.
Good job.
I got it. I got it.
Goat was watching a guy do some 3D sculpting, and he was sculpting a 3D version of like a duck that was like under pancakes, and so I started drawing it.
A little bit like
To make it
the Daffy Duck in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to hold up the screen.
Do you have the Care Bear one? Do you have Cherry's Bear?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I also
One of
have
my
Cherry's.
favorites.
I have Cherry's portraits too. This is
Yeah.
her Care Bear. Let me turn it on the screen so you can see.
Yeah, there's.
Oh,
Yep.
That's our girl. I love
There's
that.
Cherry's Bear.
really cute.
And
One of my faves.
her most recent portrait that I did that we put on a Tumblr for her husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
Oh, the kitties.
Ducky, sushi, and wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasabi. Wasabi used to go up anytime I was on her TV when she was watching our shows. Wasabi would sit and meow at me. Meow, meow.
I know.
I don't know why. It was hilarious. It was funny. So, anybody have anything that they're up to this week?
Oh, and there's our
Nothing?
homespun magic.
Oh, that's our
Oh,
new
yeah,
thing for Homestead Magic.
Oh, cool.
I said,
That's good.
do you
Yeah,
think you
if
could
look
draw
at it
this?
Close enough. The eyes.
She told me
are
she's like,
buttons.
I want a skull and
So
some balls
cool.
of yarn sticking out of its head, and then I thought about it.
We
And I
should
said,
close
Vixie does
up
the
on
fox
that.
thing. So we'll do a fox skull, and she was like so surprised.
I loved it.
We should close up on that, just so everybody can see it.
Close up on what?
Put it back up.
Hold it closer. Oh,
Yeah,
hold it
you gotta
close,
see
a
the-
private dancer.
You gotta
Oh.
see the detail a little
And which
closer.
one? The homespun magic?
Yeah. You gotta see the detail. See that? Look at the detail.
Wow, that's cute.
Isn't that
And
neat?
creepy too.
Hubby, what button did you just push? Oh.
And Vixie's ears.
Vixie's
My ears.
Yep.
She
And
said,
it
what
has a
colors? And I
graphic.
gave her the palette, and
Yeah.
she went off.
Yep. It's pretty cool. She did a good job.
Christmas
And
stickers.
she also did tons of Christmas stickers for us too. She does a lot of our illustrations.
There's Vixie's sticker for the Vixie show.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's so freaking cute.
And for our D&D.
Ooh. Oh, a mimic.
Mimic.
I have had so many compliments on that mimic.
Yeah.
That's good mimic.
I love it.
Let's see. Ooh, and Flip. Can't forget Flip. He's our mascot. Most important.
Yeah.
Flipside.
We
Cool.
Santa Flip.
It's like the
did
dark
Christmas.
Side of the Earth.
Hmm?
Dark side of the Earth.
Yeah.
And then there's makeup table.
I figured that one out without even looking at it. I saw the shape, and I said, is that the makeup table? She goes, stop it.
Stop sniffing. Not nice. And then Chester from Don't Starve Together.
He's so cute. I love him.
What is that?
He's
He's a little deer?
It's, well, he usually doesn't have Rudolph stuff on him. He's
Oh, I see.
looks more like a fuzzy pumpkin with 4 legs, and he's a
He's
a
like
storage
a-
thing. You put
he's a
you
chest
store
that
stuff
you
in
can
him.
carry with you.
Yeah, and he
Luggage from
follows you
Marvel.
everywhere.
Have you?
I love.
have you
It's from
played
Don't Starve Together. I love that
Together?
game.
No, I've seen it. I've seen you guys playing it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I have not actually. I tried once to get in and I wasn't able to figure out how, and then after that, I fully sort of breezed by and watched for a little bit.
Oh,
Well,
it's
it's
a
on
fun game.
on Steam
Very addictive.
for like $11,
Cool.
and then we just give you the link.
Yep. It's a very addictive.
And make
game.
sure you remember that the password is always pancakes.
All
Thank you.
lowercase.
All lowercase. And it's pancakes.
The only reason I do it is because kids will jump on and burn down what you're doing if you keep it open.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason I do that, because Eliza and I worked really hard on one realm once, and these kids came in and just burned everything to the ground.
That was
Vixie, we
I thought
lost our realm. Not the one for Flipside, but the one that me and Goat were working on that was like so elaborate that had like
Yeah.
almost 800 days on it.
Yeah.
He redid his computer and then he was like, I didn't see our other build, like the one that we worked on for so long. And I was like, well, please try to find it. And he was like, I know what happened to it.
The guilt. I know.
Oh no, it dawned on him like almost instantly, like a light bulb went off, and he was like, "Oh shit, it's gone! Like, it's gone. It's not coming back."
Oh jeez.
But that's okay. We've got Flipside, so we've just got to go through the caves again and get all those things unlocked again, and fight the monkeys again.
Fight the monkeys was not fun.
No,
but I did fight the frogs last time we played.
So, Rich, what kind of video games do you like to play?
Well, I've recently gotten into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
So I find that really fascinating, the open world and moving around. I mean, if you've played any of those at all?
I have not.
I have not, but I know a lot of people who do the cosplays for it. So I know the aesthetic.
The concept is that, you know, there's some time travel organization and there's like evil assassins or whatever, and a group of good people, and they're trying to stop them from interfering with time or something. I'm not really sure. It's not really
Gold
important.
plays Valhalla.
So each
and
one,
he loves it.
Yeah, each one has its own historical period theme.
It's so awesome, and I
really
love
well
the facts and the historical accuracy of a lot of it. It's so
well, I've been
good.
really into Roman history.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Claudius, and then I started reading like all these Tacitus and Suetonius and all these all these historical books, and I got really into it. So when Origins came out, and I found out it was set in Egypt, but it's like Roman Egypt. So I found out you could be like a Roman soldier walking around in there. I was like, oh, I gotta see that. So I had to get that one, and then that got me into the others as well.
We've
That sounds pretty cool.
one a little
They
bit.
are really neat. And it's like sort of like a Breath of the Wild thing, where you have a mission and side quests and stuff, but it's an open world. You can go anywhere and interact with anything. I love that.
You're trying to save the present day.
Sometimes I think in the one in Odyssey, you're trying to find an artifact of some kind.
It pretty much circumvents around this device, and we actually have a squishy version of it that came with his gift set for Valhalla. It's it's the Apple of Eden, I think is what it's called. And there's like all this untapped magical energy that is in this alternative realm that they have developed, like these machines, kind of like in the Matrix, that you go into, because it's like a whole computer thing, and there's these glitches that you have to deal with and take care of. And there's like all kinds of puzzles and stuff you got to figure out.
You don't go back in time yourself. You take over the body of someone who lived in the era.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds
and it's
fun. Is that on
Odyssey.
Steam?
Odyssey is actually the first one where you can play a female character.
It is.
So,
that was another reason why I like
jumped on
Valhalla,
that.
because it has the same.
Oh, there's a.
You can be a female Eivor or you can be a guy Eivor.
Yeah, and this one you have a choice between a brother or a sister you can jump into at the beginning, and then you stick with that character for the rest of the story. So.
I love the romantic storyline, like the little bits of like soap opera almost drama with Eivor and his brother's wife. Oh, it's so good. I don't want to spoil it, but it's so good. And the fact that you get to like choose which way it goes, and you can play it again and go the other route if you want to. I love the multiple possibilities. So it's not just one linear storyline.
Fun.
It
How much
is.
There was a huge special recently.
Yes, everything was like 60%
They're
off.
putting shiny things in front of my face, Dixie. How much
I know. Squirrel.
They're normally what, like $80 or something, but just for the special, it's like
a lot of them are between
like
60 and 80.
$20 or whatever. Like, I didn't pay more than 30 for mine.
Yeah, I can't. I have spent way too much money on video games. I just can't do it.
Eliza.
What?
Shiny.
Oh, that one's cute. Is it a little unicorn?
It's a dragon corn.
Oh, how adorable.
I had to do it. I had to pick on her. Because she's talking about shiny things. It's like, it's shiny. They're putting shiny in front of my face.
Oh, there's
Care Bears.
More shiny.
No thanks.
I love you, Eliza.
It's all in love. It's all figures you had one job.
But I'm extra. You know.
You're extra? No.
I got a new box of
the
Cards Against Humanity.
Oh!
A new box of Cards Against Humanity.
I can't really see.
Those are
them.
cherries,
There's
guys.
other-
How did you do this, hubby?
Oh.
Oops, wrong one.
There we go. Look, it's me.
Oh, what's
And
that?
I made-
Oh, it's a set of cherries. Oh,
I sculpted the cherries that's inside of it.
that's really cool.
They were special ordered by a friend of ours for cherry. Whoops. Sorry, I forget where the camera's at on this thing. That one's one of my favorite shades.
That is cool.
Oh yeah, I like the colors, the way they work on that.
They need like one.
Gold
more
was a good
bit of-
touch.
Of sanding.
DD8.
Oh, I can turn this on so y'all can see them better. Whoops. Down. Good.
3D art, yeah. It'd be
Nice.
All right, I'm bringing you down, honey.
Okay.
Okay.
Hubby says the video game stuff I like to spend money on is the stuff for my 3D art programs. Yeah. So we
I
could
wish I
have.
had access to some 3D stuff. That'd be cool.
Hey.
But then I'd have to learn how to
The
draw
gold
3D
disappeared.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like him.
Yeah.
This one.
Oh, where'd it go? Box.
Yeah.
This way. Here comes one for Eliza.
Oh, teleporting in. Yay.
You
one.
forgot the box.
That's
You see,
cool.
I sculpt too.
Wait a minute. Oh, it's not on here. Oh, stop. Got on a loop. Sorry about that. Oh, she's
Oh, that's
cute. She turned out
cute.
so cute.
Oh.
Yeah, I sculpt.
I like it when
Nice.
everybody shares.
That's
Yeah.
the last thing I sculpted.
Well, when you're ready, you'll be ready.
Oh, I know. It's just because of my hands and the joints through here. Because I have a birth defect in there, plus I have hypermobility in my joints. So it makes it really difficult to do a lot of sculpting like I used to.
Can you use compression gloves? Have you tried using compression gloves? I should say.
I have not tried them. They were not recommended by my doctor when she diagnosed me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had not heard of them until you mentioned them just now. I knew about
Okay.
compression socks, but not.
Yeah,
compression gloves.
they're fingerless gloves that wrap around your hand and halfway up to your elbow, and you
don't
can
know
find them
how-
in the yarn section of any hobby store.
I don't know how well that would work with clay, because the clay would.
It'll
stick to the gloves.
it'll get messy, but you can wash them. You know.
But it'll leave lint in the clay itself. too.
No, it's spandexy material.
Oh, I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, they're in the fabric arts, yarn and stuff like that. Because crocheters use them all the time. I have a pair somewhere. I just don't know what I did with them.
Do some front and side animation references, and I can probably make a model for you.
Oh yeah.
What would I do first?
He's always looking for challenges. Just the digital model.
I would guard
was,
those with my life.
I made a house. Hang on.
Okay.
You made a house?
You made a house.
You
He's
made
magic.
a whole house?
He's magic.
And he shrunk it and put it on a
It was-
shelf.
I love it.
I was working on I was working on my cartoons, and sometimes when I'm doing boring stuff, I have like YouTube videos on the other screen. I've got 3 screens here: one here, one here, and one here. And,
I understand.
so
I have
and,
2, so I get it.
And I had someone came on who was showing you how to make you do it yourself from scratch. It's like terrains for like war game stuff and D&D.
Oh yeah.
Miniatures. And he made some that I said, well, I could do that, and it's all with like dollar store junk or stuff lying around the house. And so I tried it, and I made this house.
That's so cool.
And it's just like it's not even started. It's like cardboard boxes and paper and.
Oh, that is absolutely cool.
This was like a Kleenex box that I just cut little tiles into and like craft sticks.
If you put like different feet on it, it could be Howl's Moving Castle.
So yeah, so I built a house. So that got me into that for a while.
That's cool.
I know you've probably heard this 1,000,001 times in your life, but you are so talented. Like, you fascinate me to, like,
Don't look
no
too close to
end.
that. It's full of garbage. Well, I wish like my employers felt the same way. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
They're fired. I'm hired.
It's tough when you're competing professionally.
Personal
with other
hype
people who might
man.
be better than you, right? So, yeah. I mean, my thing is I'm fast and expressive. That's what they like about my work in the studios. So my stuff is very. I'm told it's very alive. You know, if I keep it rough, then my stuff is very alive and expressive, and I have a lot of energy in my drawings. But when I try to clean stuff up, try to give it a nice, presentable line to make it broadcast level, it tends to lose all its life and portions. I get sloppy. So I've been practicing that, but it's not my forte. So my stuff is unrefined, but expressive and alive, and fast.
Good.
I don't know if you can answer this question or not,
Mhm.
but, and I know it's like, it happened 2 years ago, but I've been wanting to know, why did they cancel Arthur? Do you know? And can you tell me why?
No, I can't tell you why. I don't know why they canceled it. And after all these years too, because I was on the first 4 seasons of that show, and that was in 1996 through 2000.
I was 5.
You're so cute.
It was a long
You're
time
lucky
ago.
you're cute.
Yeah, jelly
have,
bean.
Like, I have a bunch of mementos from that time. I still have some of my designs.
That was my favorite part of the afternoon. Like, y'all think I'm joking. I'm not. I would come home and immediately be like, yep, I'm ready for 5 o'clock, because that's Arthur.
When Arthur won its first Emmy, when was that? 1990 something or other. Anyway, we all got these. They had a party, and we all got these. So I have a memento of like an invitation to the Emmy party. Oops, wrong screen.
Wrong screen. Hold on. I don't know, hubby. How'd you do that? I can only make me bigger.
There we go.
You better show me that trick later on tonight.
You don't.
Aw, that's cute.
Hubby magic fingers.
Help us, come celebrate.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I have the Emmy Awards. They gave us, where is it? Not the trophy, but I have a certificate. Somewhere. I have one on the wall. The other one fell off. I don't remember where I put it. But anyway, I have like this certificate, you know, like it's the National Academy of Television Arts. Yeah, chick in my office apartment. So I got the Emmy Award.
Oh, that's so cool.
Nice.
And I was there long enough to get 3 of these.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're always, I try to keep them up in my office and remind myself that one time I had a career. And
Oh,
I hear a ringing of my doorbell. I wonder who it is. It's Mel.
Oh, hi, Mel.
Are you okay, honey?
I'm very tired.
If you ever need reminding, I'm only a DM away. I will happily remind you of your accomplishments.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
You did it!
It was really popular. I think it was the second longest running animated series.
Something like that.
Like The Simpsons and Arthur. And then, and yeah, it's a shame that they canceled it, but I mean, it
DW.
was what, 1994 until 2020.
I had already graduated high school.
So anyway, it was a long time. Many voices went through that character. That first one was.
Sorry, I'm late. I just got home.
It's okay. We still love you. Thank you for thinking of us.
You will survive.
You will survive. Oh, hubby.
It's not here. It's
Look,
these.
Mel.
Thank
It's
you.
rich.
I never knew what those were for.
I know.
Okay.
I said hi, Rich.
See, now I know how to do this. Look, watch.
Oh.
Mel's big. Babies. Liza.
And it's me. And how do I turn it off? Like that?
Uh-oh. There you go. You did it.
I got a new button. I'm so excited.
Dixie, you now have magic fingers.
Magic fingers. Oh,
Oh my goodness gracious. Y'all are cute.
Oh boy.
Oh, what was I going to say? Now I can't remember. Oh well, I'll find it.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Usually
Mel's
I
done.
can catch it for you, but I did not catch it this time.
No catching.
It was a swing and a miss.
It's on the floor somewhere.
The kids are going to step on it. Hurry.
The cat ate it. Oh dear.
Artemis!
That's gonna be a mess in the litter box, I can tell you.
I'll fish it out for you later. I'm sorry. He acts like he is starved.
I don't want it anymore. How's that? I don't want it anymore. I'm good.
Yeah, if it's been in
I'm
the
good.
litter, we're good.
So rich.
Me.
Me.
That is you. Good job.
I do that to my kids all the time. Daddy, that's me.
That's me. That's what I do too.
That's
cute.
I think it's a parent thing.
Sorry, I cut off a question.
It's okay.
No, that's fine. I don't even remember what I was going to ask.
Well, I figured out what Vixie lost because it just kidnapped Eliza's thought and they ran away. With the dish and
Don't
the
worry, give it a few
spoon.
seconds. Eliza will have another questions. It's her specialty.
She's
always got a question.
She has like a whole segment on TikTok. Eliza asks.
It might not be right, but it's my opinion.
Who made, you know who made that hashtag? You want
Say that again?
You know who made that hashtag?
Who?
Jerry.
Aww.
Aww.
Yep, she made it, so I keep it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's actually awesome.
Yep.
Well, we got 2 minutes left, so.
Who was your childhood hero?
Mine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're the guest here.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
How young are we talking?
However,
as young as you
First
want.
one. First one.
First
Yeah,
one.
first
I
one.
was okay. So
Or
as a
biggest
little
one.
kid, I vague memories of being a real big fan of Mr. Dresser. Can't
Mr.
imagine
Who?
why. Oh, he was like Ernie Coombs. I guess he was Canadian. So you know,
as we don't know him.
Mr. Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Remember him?
Yeah.
Well, it was a show. It was like a Canadian show similar to that, but he wasn't.
Oh,
as
cool.
known.
I loved Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Oh, I met him on TV, and he was quite nice. I really like him. I didn't enjoy his show as a kid. I found it slow and tedious. But he, as a person, was really nice.
Wait, you met Mr. Rogers?
Okay, so on Arthur, we took over his time slot, and so what happened
He
was
was even on Arthur.
Yeah, he did a guest shot twice actually as a character and as himself. But I was a character designer, and my job was to design the cartoon version of Mr. Rogers. So I always remember the director and I sat in the conference room with the TV on, and we watched Mr. Rogers episodes and drew him. And we must have come up between us. We came up with about 7 or 8 different characters, and so we sent them off for approval to Mr. Mark Brown, the guy who created Arthur. We sent them off for approval, and I don't think he even looked at them. He just sent his own version back. That was the one we had to use. But I had a stack of potential Mr. Rogerses. My favorite was like this hound dog character with his long ears.
Yeah, that would have been great.
It was not long after that meeting, and I had my Mr. Rogers stack, and I looked up and I saw Mr. Rogers at the end of the hallway in the studio. So it was like the studio was sort of like a big circle with the elevators in the middle. And so I was working here, and I saw Mr. Rogers come up here. He was talking to the background designers over here. And so while he was talking to them, I called out and, "Hey, Mr. Rogers, I got something to show you. Come here." And I thought he was just having a look. And so he turns and he comes straight towards me, and then around the corner comes a TV crew. It's the CBC News, right? Like, oh, crap, what am I doing?
Whoops!
Yeah, and the director, of course, is there with him. And so they joined. He came over to my desk, and I said, "I'm a character designer. I got to design you for the show, and here's all the ones that we came up with." And so, with the news crew filming, he was asking me questions about the characters and how we designed them, and which ones he liked, and which ones we liked, and what made it look like him. And then he talked to there was like an interview with a reporter following us around, and so she was talking to him. And then after he moved on, he had to catch a plane, so he thanked me and he shook my hand, and I thanked him. And he moved on, and the interviewer said, "So, were you a Mr. Rogers?" "No, I like Mr. Dresden." That killed the interview, but that didn't appear on TV. But me talking to him did, so I was on TV with Mr. Rogers.
That's awesome.
I think I remember that because after the episode aired, they showed like the behind the scenes segment of the Mr. Rogers episodes, and I really think I remember seeing that.
It's possible they used a clip from that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See me when
Because
I was
now I know why your voice sounds so familiar.
I don't think you remember my voice from that. No.
Like my 5-year-old self is like just giddy right now. Just so y'all know.
You're
doing
so
like cartwheels.
It was a great show to work on. I remember it fondly. I know I complained at the time, but you do when you're working on something.
You do. It just happens.
Looking back on it, I think that was one of the top 3 experiences in my career. Was working on that show.
Who was your favorite Arthur character?
Me. So there's an episode where Brain and Francine get into a fight, and they both play soccer, right? They're on the soccer team, and they get into a fight, and so they keep losing the soccer games. And Buster and Arthur are desperately trying to get them to make friends because they keep losing all the practices. Do you remember that one? Okay.
I think I do, yeah.
Okay, so there's a team that they would play against, and they kept losing to.
Wasn't it Mighty Mountain?
Yeah, I think so. Mighty Mountain. The Mighty Mountain team is caricatures that I drew of myself and all the other crew members in the show. So my friend Abby, like other character designers, location designers, and one guy who just used to hang out with us. I drew us all as Arthur characters, and they were the other team. And so we got to beat up Arthur and beat up Buster. You know, like a big cloud. Like Buster would get the ball, and we'd all converge on him. There was a big cloud, and then when we left, he was like upside down and moaning. So that was us. So I designed myself as a cat. See if I can.
So who was your favorite to draw?
My favorite official character, although he was a pain in the ass to draw, was the Moose Kid. Do you remember the Moose Kid?
Yes, I remember Moose Kid.
Okay. Moose Kid had a name eventually, but not when we started. Now,
right.
Moose was part of an ongoing feud that we had with Mark Brown. So, when we were working on the first few shows, we had to design lots of extra characters, right? So there's like a crowd of people in the park, or other kids in VW's class, right? So we designed all these animal characters. Well, Mark Brown started to pick it apart, and he started saying, "Well, no pigs." We had a pig character in VW's class. He said, "No, get rid of the pig, eliminate the pig." If you watch the first season episodes, you'll see some background characters, like there's an alligator character and a few others. that never appear again. And that's because he nicks to those animals. And he gave us a list of all the animals we could use. Well,
wow, he was picky.
Being assholes, what we did was we made a point to use every character we were not allowed to use from that point on. So we invented new characters that we had to change before it got broadcast. So I would design like someone like the screenwriter, the scriptwriter used to tease us because he would try to make it difficult for us. So he would do things like the substitute teacher who appears in one scene is a vicuna. And I had to look up what the hell a vicuna was so I could design this character. It's kind of like a llama. So I did this llama character and said, no, design the zone. So Moose Kid was the last surviving character from that because he wanted us to stop drawing the damn moose, and we refused. And between us and the scriptwriter, he got bigger and bigger parts, and we made him Canadian. So I had to design backpacks for the characters, and I put a big maple leaf on his backpack. So he's got like a Canada sticker on his backpack.
Nice.
Do you remember that?
Nice.
So that was because Mark Brown told us not to. And then his parts got bigger and bigger. He got a name. He got speaking roles. And Mark Brown was furious. He'd never do this. Of course, in public interviews, he was, oh, yes, I approved all this, and this is a wonderful nod to this, that, and the other thing. But he was so mad at us for going against his wishes. So Moose is one of my all-time favorites because he was the success story of all our digs.
Aww.
And I also used to have to draw spelling mistakes. If someone made a mistake in a script, I'd do it anyway. Like I would ask the director at the design meeting, say, should I design it like that, or should I do it the way I think it's supposed to be? No, design what's written. So there was a scene, or sarcasm, that too. So there's a scene where all the kids are at a poolside, and they say everybody walks past the pool because the scriptwriter got in so much trouble for doing things against safety code, right? So like if they got on bikes, they made him rewrite it so that it said they get their safety gear on and then they get on the bikes. So he would get sarcastic because he'd been told off so many times. So he wrote, everybody walks carefully past the pool except Binky who runs with them. That was in the script.
Did you say Binky runs with scissors?
Yeah, except Binky who runs with scissors. The scriptwriter wrote that in the script. You never see
I can see Binky doing that though. That fits Binky to a T.
So I asked Brian. I asked our director. I said, should I design Binky running with scissors? He said, yep, design Binky running with scissors. It's in the script. We got to do it. So I said, okay. So we had a model sheet with Binky, and I took it a step further. So I not only have him running beside a swimming pool, he's not holding scissors. He's holding garden shears by one handle, and they're open, the blades open like this. He's running like hell, and he's about to step on a roller skate.
Oh yeah.
That got submitted, and it came back to us with a big X on it. No, rejected.
No.
I would love to see like all these deleted.
Yeah,
oh my
god! Had that model sheet on his wall for so long. I have them in my boxes here. I'll have to dig them out.
Yeah.
And I had
Please
the other one
oh
that
my
was,
gosh.
The other one that's story worthy was a spelling mistake because it was DW's birthday. And it was because his dad, Arthur's dad's a chef, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the script said, the lights come on, and Arthur's dad comes out holding a flaming cake. So he has a birthday cake with candles on it and fire coming off, right? Flaming cake.
Oh.
And then it said, Mom comes out carrying.
That's not where I went with that.
No, Mom comes out carrying a flaming Kate. Baby Kate.
Oh no!
So it must have not been checked. So I said in the design meeting, I looked up at the director and I said, so should I design flaming Kate? He said it's in the script.
Oh my god!
So I designed, properly. I have Dad with a cake on a tray with the candles all lit, and then right behind him is Mom carrying baby Kate. She's looking down, smiling into her eyes, and she's screaming, and there's like fire coming out of her. and smoke going up to the ceiling, and I already even wrote black baby smoke effects. Needless to say,
The
he
dark
came back
side of
rejected.
Arthur.
Rejected.
But he had that one up on his wall too. And
Oh, I love that.
some of these old drawings in here. We did books of my friend Eric used to get sketchbooks that he'd leave them open on his desk, and this is one of them. And he'd just leave it open to a random page, right? And so we draw in it as we were passing by while we were working on Arthur and Busy World of Richard Scarry and stuff. And
Oh, I love Busy World of Richard Scarry.
yeah,
So does my girl child.
There's Lowly and
Aww.
he did a lot of comics of Lowly getting totally slaughtered, like really graphically.
Really graphic.
Yeah, there's a little comic I did while I was working on it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
I can see it, but I can't read it.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. I love you. I love you too.
Asshole.
Yeah. So some of them were pretty raunchy. And one day they were giving the actress who did Huckle Cat's voice a tour of the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And she came around, and when we figured out who she was, we dug out this book, and we found one of the ones where Huckle is trying to kill Lowly. Like,
Sorry, I got a visual. That was hilarious.
oh yeah,
Oh my gosh.
oh, that one's not so graphic. It's a more graphic.
Oh my god. These poor characters.
Jelly bean.
I don't know if you can see that. Try and turn it so you can see it better. There. But you see, they totally kill him, and there's like swearing and all kinds of horrible stuff in there. And, so when we figured out who she was, we brought her the book, and we flipped through a few of them. We said, "Can you read this in the Huckle voice, like as if it was on the show?" And she did. And what was funny was she started laughing, and she would enhance it. So she started adding more swear words to it and getting really. She read about 4 or 5 before they dragged her out of there. And we were on the floor laughing. We never got another studio tour again. Boy, we had fun there. That was a fun time. I got lots of stories like that. I could go on all night.
This has been awesome.
Yeah.
I love it when you come on the show. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Yeah.
But we have. Yeah. I'm surprised. Hope you're doing well. All right. Well,
Mel's not really there.
it's okay. We still you made it. You did good. It's okay. You did good.
You showed up today.
Rich, you have to come back sometime. We love it when you come here.
Anytime, you let me know.
All right. All right. Love you all. Bye. I'm tired.
So yeah, Yaftik is definitely where my heart lies in the comics.
Yeah, if you want to get into voiceover, you got to do it because you love it. You can't do it because you want to be rich and famous, especially because you're legit doing a job that people don't know your face.
You know, in my comic, there's a number of sentient computers and video game consoles that have happened over the years.
I should have a film. I thought it was going to be the end of this year. I think it's going to be next year. There should be a film called Badness coming.
I think we're up to 6 Star Wars children's books now that I've illustrated.
I'm here! The dork behind the drawing. No, no.
Yay!
Don't look him directly in the face.
I draw cartoons for a living, and you can't tell me that the stuff that that we're producing nowadays is just for kids.
Kevin and Kel is now the longest running webcomic. I started in September 1995, and it's never missed a day since.
I announced that I was voicing for Inuyasha's daughter, everyone was like, what? Like,
that was all well and good until, I was giving Phil a ride one day and he said, so how's your boyfriend? And I said, well, we're breaking up. And Phil said, oh, really?